Welcome to Bed Crime Stories podcast. I'm your host, T. If you like all things true crime, if you like it delivered in a peaceful, tranquil manner, if you like it clear and concise without drama, then I highly recommend you subscribe. And if you like what you hear, please smash the like button. It's a free way you can help. And now, without further ado, let's dig in. The body of tragic teenager Jay Slater has arrived back in the UK 2 months after he disappeared while on vacation in Tenerife. Jay's mother, Debbie Duncan, his father, Warren Slater, and his older brother all accompanied him, his body, back home. The family also announced that Jay's funeral is now set for Saturday, August 10th in the chapel at Accrington Crematorium in Lancashire, Britain. His family has said that the funeral will be a celebration of his life. And for those planning to attend, they've been asked to wear something blue in Jay's memory. The statement that was made by the family also paid tribute to Jay, who was described as a loving son, a keen footballer, and a young man who loved to meet new people. The statement also said, quote, "After Jay left Ridings High School, he went on to become an apprentice bricklayer with the PH Build Group, a job he greatly enjoyed. At the young age of 5, Jay started playing football for Huncote United FC until the age of 17, and also did a few seasons with the Sunday team at St. Joseph's. He also loved spending time chilling out with his friends. Jay's love of music and dance started at a very young age. He loved attending music festivals and events across the country, and also loved to socialize and meet new people." Sad. A very tragic ending for a very young man. Which brings me to today's video. When someone heads to an island for a vacation, they're probably solely focused on thoughts of fun in the sun, maybe some fruity drinks on the beach, maybe a boat ride on the ocean, some snorkeling perhaps, a music festival, dancing, not a care in the world. Potential dangers there are probably the farthest thing from their minds. And if you have an adventurous spirit, you may even go to the island alone, armed only with a backpack, hiking boots, and a map. No one plans to go missing, or worse, to die on vacation. Sadly, we know from the Jay Slater case that unforeseen stuff happens, sometimes due to risky choices, sometimes through no fault of the victim. It turns out Jay isn't the only young man to go missing in the Canary Islands this summer. Another man from Hungary went missing in the Canary Islands under circumstances similar to Jay's. And like Jay, his remains were found in rugged terrain. I'm talking about 46-year-old Dustin Marcus, who went missing on Tuesday, July 16th, on the smallest of the Canary Islands, El Hierro. Marcus's remains were found in El Hierro's El Pinar region. The police have not yet released details about the cause of his death. Now, what's upsetting is that Jay and Dustin are not alone. Official data from the Spanish ministry states that between 2020 and 2023, at least 460 adults went missing in the Canary Islands. In fact, Tenerife has the second highest number of missing people in all of Spain. Jay Slater was the 11th person to go missing in Tenerife in just the last 6 months. Scary. And that's just in Tenerife. According to the Canarian Weekly newspaper, there are more missing persons cases as well from the other 6 main islands and the other smaller islets. So the main islands in the Canary Islands are Tenerife, Gran Canaria, Lanzarote, Fuerteventura, La Palma, La Gomera, and El Hierro. Yeah, you get geography lessons here on Bed Crime Stories along with the true crime. The relatives of other people who've gone missing in the Canary Islands are now asking why Jay Slater's case got so many more resources devoted to it than these family members' cases. The families aren't asking the authorities to reduce their efforts for finding tourists like Jay Slater. Rather, they want their missing loved ones to get the same extensive search efforts and the same level of persistence. When Jay went missing, the Guardia Civil brought out security forces, mountain rescue teams, and volunteers. And even today, the investigation, despite Jay being found, remains ongoing, supposedly. One of the most mysterious recent persons cases in the Canary Islands is that of a young woman from Madrid, Spain. Her name is Natalia Hernandez. 34-year-old Natalia landed at the La Palma airport on October 24th of 2022. She went to La Palma to begin working there in a hotel. In what sounds like a Twilight Zone episode, Natalia never made it to the baggage claim area to pick up her luggage. We know she was on the plane from Madrid. The plane landed in La Palma. Natalia exited the plane, but after that, she vanished into thin air, as they say. And there are zero clues as to what happened to this young woman. How does someone go missing from a relatively small airport like that? Her multiple suitcases, full of clothing for her new life in La Palma, were never claimed. Did someone pull her into a hidden away area, put something over her mouth to keep her quiet, shove her into an empty suitcase, and wheel her out of there and into a human trafficking ring? How did she go missing without someone seeing something in the airport? And where is she now? Nearly 2 years have passed and still no signs of Natalia. She wasn't even out hiking alone in dangerous terrain like Jay Slater. Somewhere between getting off the plane and heading to get her luggage, something happened to make her go poof. Another exceptionally mysterious case involves a 23-year-old backpacker from Germany named Oliver Heiss. Like Natalia, Heiss disappeared in 2022. August 3rd of 2022, Heiss traveled from Hanover, Germany to Gran Canaria. Now, he spent his first night there sleeping in a cave. Little unusual, but he was still alive the next day because we know he traveled by boat to Tenerife around noon. So on that same day, August 4th, Oliver posted a photo on Instagram showing his location in the area of Los Barros in El Rosario, below the Las Races recreational area. Since that day, there hasn't been any activity on Oliver's social media. His family hasn't heard from him, which is highly unusual because he used to touch base with them every day, and his phone has been silent. And I read that the phone was actually turned off. For this reason, Oliver's mother filed a missing persons report in Germany. Apparently, canine scent dogs were used to look for Oliver, but they didn't get any hits. Then on August 20th of 2022, a manager of a bar stated he'd seen a guy who looked like Oliver walking up to the Pico de las Flores area near where Oliver took his final photo. So the way I read that is that the manager reported this information on August 20th. It's not that he saw Oliver on August 20th. And like I said, according to Oliver's family, he normally reported to them every day and was a very experienced backpacker as well. So why did Oliver go poof? Why did he suddenly stop posting to Instagram? Why did he stop using his cell phone? Now, thanks to data on Oliver's phone that experts were able to access, we know that Oliver intended to walk the islands of both Tenerife and La Gomera. The last position of his cell phone, i.e. the last ping, placed him in Guimar, so it appears Oliver was walking toward the south of Tenerife, either along the coastline or farther inland. Did Oliver maybe lose his footing on a cliff and slide into a deep ravine? Did he somehow end up in the ocean? Did he encounter some not so nice people who stole his valuables and then did him in? Or did he hit his head somewhere and get amnesia? After learning all this about Tenerife, I have to admit I have zero interest in ever going there. To me, it feels like a scary place, even though I know statistics say most tourists don't go missing while in Tenerife. These cases are getting to me, though. They're so haunting. I was going to say that young travelers like Oliver should travel in pairs, but then I remembered the case of the missing Dutch girls, Chris Kremers and Lisanne Froon, who vanished while hiking together in Panama. Being together didn't save them from a tragic ending. Maybe travel in fours for good measure if you're someone who wants to hike through a wild and woolly island. I don't know. The more people, maybe the safer. Here's what I know. We can't stay at home all the time to avoid trouble. That would be a life only half lived, in my opinion. But it's got to be so painful for Oliver's family, Natalia's family, and all the other families. And it's so sad to think that these young lives were either cut short by death or forever changed by something perhaps even worse. I shudder to think of all the possibilities. On that scary note, let me bid you adieu until the next time on Bed Crime Stories. Hey, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and don't live with fear. Just try to make the best choices that you can. See you next time.